I am NEELA Pushparaj. Welcome to my solo show at the Montserrat Contemporary Art Gallery. The show is entitled My Cup Runneth Over, and my cup truly runneth over. I am here to describe some of my artwork, and as I go along, I want to mention some of the wonderful things that have happened in my life. The first painting is entitled Meadow in Bloom. It was done as a demonstration at the Warren County Art Association in New Jersey. The painting is full of bright yellow colors, and yellow is an expression of joy and love. You will see that there are some contrasting purples and greens. I love this painting because it is very uplifting. The next painting is called A Symphony of Flowers, and shows multiple flowers with interesting texture going through the petals. This too is a joyful rendering of flowers. Summer Love is definitely a very awe-inspiring rendering of flowers which look quite three-dimensional in areas, and it is, to me, one of my better pieces of work. Number 4 is called Some Flowers with Zinnia. It is my usual technique of throwing color on the paper and picking out the shapes with negative painting in the background. Number 5, called Peruvian Lilies, was done as a painting for a woman who had lost her Hermes scarf and described the work to me because she wanted a replacement. And I think the flow of colors is interesting. It has a windswept appearance to the flowers. Number 6, Some Flowers in White, is an exuberant rendering of white flowers in the middle and darker yellow, orange, and red flowers around the periphery. And then there are some real flowers from my garden, which are the early daffodils. The entire collection of butterfly paintings are representatives of butterflies seen in the southern part of India. The first one is called Buddha's peacock butterfly, and the second one of the butterflies is called blue tiger. This one is called a Danide eggfly butterfly. Number 10 is eastern tiger. Number 11 is southern birdwing. I'm going to skip this one as I want to do it at the last. Number 13 is a painting which is very casually done of 3 monarch butterflies sitting on top of wildflowers in front of a green meadow and distant purple-blue mountains. The next 4 are butterflies. All the butterflies are watercolors on canvas. Number 14 is called Crimson Rose Butterfly. 15 is called the Common Jezebel. 16 is the Orange Oak Leaf. 17 is the Blue Mormon. And 18 is the Common Tiger. This next one is called Autumn by the Water, and the somewhat pointillism like trees were interesting for me to paint, and I like the multicolored water behind the trees. Number 23 is called Mountain Lake. It has a nice serene look to it with a lake and hills and a bright sunny sky. At a distance you can see a small boat. Number 24 is called Island on the Lake, and it's definitely autumn in this painting. The sky is cloudy with shiny particles in the clouds. The rocks and the water with the reflected trees make a very interesting composition. Number 25 is Sonoran Desert number 1. You can see the Sauro cactus and the red rock in the background. Number 26 is the Quarry, and it is semi-abstract rocks with two people walking along the water's edge. Number 27 is by the canal, and here too there is an abstraction to the whole painting, but you can still see the canal flowing down with buildings in the background and trees, and the foreground has some wildflowers. Number 28 is a monochrome. It is fall and there is water, and there are water lilies with a little fence in the foreground. The large painting on top is called A Chorus of Flowers and is a watercolor on canvas. One can see a mixture of colors and flowers facing this way and that way with a background of leaves in different shapes. I particularly like this painting because it promotes a very optimistic look. The one on the right at the bottom is called The Pink Clown, and it's abstract. This one is called Fire on the Mountain, and again it's another abstract. The top one on the right is a winter scene and is merely titled Winter. The depth and perspective are interesting, and the evergreens set off the snow-covered mountains. Below it is Sonoran Desert 2 with the Saura cactus on the slopes of the hills. The bottom one is called Almost Spring because the trees have partially leafed out, but there are no flowers yet, and snow is still present at the edges of the water. Painting D is a landscape with black rocks and shows a river running through it. The sky is extremely colorful and draws the eye through the painting. Painting E represents a bunch of pansies. As you know, pansies are very colorful blossoms, and very joyous in their expression. Painting A is a freshly plowed piece of land in front of a barn and is ready for spring planting. The clouds are gathering in the background and there'll be showers soon to help the seeds to grow. Painting B represents the Sonoran Desert with red rocks in the background and early spring flowers. It is called Sonoran Desert 2. The painting C represents the end of winter with a beautiful fence at the lower left end and the background of undulating hills. The painting above my left shoulder is called My Cup Runneth Over. It was done as a demonstration for the Riverwinds Gallery in Beacon, New York, and truly represents my feelings about my art and my careers. In life, I'm a very blessed woman. I have 2 adopted children who are exemplary human beings, and I have 5 grandsons who are beyond compare. My life has had ups and downs, but I have had certain very fortunate things occurring in my life. My husband was a real gem of a man who was somebody who was liberal and helped people, including the school in the village where he was born. I was also fortunate in being able to see a beautiful bright comet in 1965, which was beyond anything I've ever seen. So I consider my life to be one of great fulfillment, and my cup truly runneth over. Thank you.
NEELA PUSHPARAJ, thank you, beautiful work, thank you.